This is a bit of an emergency video because I noticed a bit of a trend when it comes to a few modern video game adaptations, Mario included. The most important starting point to this video is not a movie, but a comic. A comic I fell in love with. Archie's Mega Man. Mega Man is an adaptation of the games. At first, the structure works in a simple way. One game, one original arc. Another game, another original arc. All using very interesting world building that sticks to the games but also feels original in its own way. That sounds fine, but then something happened. Fan demand. A lot of fans wanted adaptations of X, Legends, or even to meet the Game Boy characters. Noticing that the formula wouldn't last long enough, the writer made so many original stories using world building, which would be fine. It's just that between the introduction of Emerald Spears, the Sonic crossover, a Megamix story, it takes 33 issues to get to Mega Man 3. At least Super Adventure Rockman got adapted, but jeez! The writer Ian Flynn got probably too ambitious to the point where Mega Man 4 never got adapted, so it doesn't feel complete. Megamix and Gigamix told original stories using elements from the games, thus feeling short but sweet. That's a problem that arises when adapting a huge franchise, getting too ambitious for the fans. The Sonic movies mostly avoided the problem. It's just that I've heard more people talk about the post-credit scene than about the movie itself, and I feel that's why the sequel, I haven't seen them, tackles 2, 3 and Knuckles, while the third movie skips Sonic CD and Adventure 1 to go straight to SA2 due to Shadow's popularity. I'm sure it's a decent compromise. Sonic X told its original story while adapting SA1, 2 and Battle. Although I wish these arcs lasted longer, it mostly worked in my opinion. Adaptations often need to strike a fine line between original content and the source material. As for Mario, most adaptations were original stories using elements from the Mario series, although Super Mario Kun gets to be a gang manga parody that mostly focuses on adapting the games in its very stupid way. I read like 30 volumes of it, and yes, it is insane. So the Mario movie that adapts the game will be fine, I think. It had its own original story that used elements from a bunch of Mario games. Mario Brothers 1, Donkey Kong, Mario Kart, etc. While it may feel a bit ambitious to adapt a bunch of games, it feels kinda coherent. A Mario Kart chase scene sounds fun and is fun to watch. The variety of settings add thrill to a roller coaster ride. A more cynical take would be that they added multiple elements just to please the fans. The amount of hidden details might be proof of that. At the very least, it adds a bit of coherency to the world we explore. I can still understand why some people might think it hurts the story, especially in this movie era where, oh my god, is that a reference? Might as well make a video on it. I feel like executives know it'll create buzz, so they toss them in there. Most of the things I heard about the movie were about Waluigi, the Luma, Peaches, and Easter eggs. Barely anything else from this big movie. Screw it, I'm talking about my problems with the movie's emotions and daddy issues later. So the problem is that trying to appeal to the fans who are like, where's the Metroid movie, the Pikmin movie, the Chibi-Robo movie, might come at the cost of any kind of originality or artistic integrity the adaptations might have, which is dangerous since that might mean that the interesting themes present in Nintendo games will be yeeted aside to make way for money. But I shall talk about this after I watch the Mario Galaxy movie. I haven't watched it yet, maybe this afternoon. Okay, so I watched the Mario Galaxy movie and I enjoyed watching it more than the first, although it's clear that the movie got a very fanservice-y at the cost of the story. The jokes made me laugh harder and the emotional moments had more of an impact on me. It's just clear that the focus was more the character interactions and the look at these set pieces. Still, the movie focused on Peach and Bowser separately. Peach got a satisfying ending while Bowser... Either way, it's clear that the movie focused more on spectacle, not to mention the insane amount of references. Despite that, some of the emotional scenes, such as Rosalina's backstory, get simplified or straight up ignored in favor of Pikmin. Yeah, Pikmin! So unfortunately, my hunch was right, and these movies care a bit less about the story than the references. At least actual sincere serious scenes happen in this one, which is the closest thing to emotion we get. Alright, tackling emotions, something the writing struggles with. Now this is the spoilers part. If you don't want any spoilers, just, I don't know, watch the movie right now, then come back here. First up, Dog. Dog gets street ruined, then Dog ruins everything, almost dies, but ends up being saved by Mario. Then you know how it goes, the dog realizes he went too far too and apologizes to Luigi. Wait, there's no emotional payoff until a 5-second callback at the end. Okay, let's change topics. Daddy issues. Mario is sad because his father isn't proud of him. DK is sad because his father isn't proud of him. Them being stuck together mean that they can discuss the issues and realize they don't have to conform to their father's standards. They can be their own individual. Oh, they just leave. Cranky and Mario's fathers both tell them how proud they are, so the problem never goes away. Wow, gee, I wonder what the implications of this is. Also, double standards. When Mario Brothers' mother is proud of them, it's a low point. Sad and embarrassing. Oh, how embarrassing. Your mom loves you. She even gets ignored at the dinner table. However, when their father is proud of them, suddenly it's a good thing? Like a really good thing? It's the conflict of the movie that ends. Garbage. As for the sequel, that also goes for Bowser's guilt immediately leaving and Toad not hating Yoshi anymore for some reason. However, Peach and Rosalina get to have 30 seconds of feelings, while the princess romance with Mario get explored more in the sequel. At least they gave her more of an agency this time. Because in the first movie, Toad and DK tell directly to Peach, "Hey, Mario has a crush on you, isn't that thing?" And Peach gets no say on whether she has a crush on Mario or not. It's just left vaguely. Again, double standards. Well, should we talk about Peach's feelings in the first movie? Fortunately, we get to talk about her feelings in the second movie, so that's fixed. The pacing isn't fixed though. I'm also glad Foreman Spike's generic toxic masculinity barely exists in the sequel, because he's just there. Why care about him? Maybe some people like him, but I'm like, no. Bowser also has a neat relationship with Bowser Jr. It's just that the obvious conflicted feelings Bowser has about maybe, I don't know, killing Mario and the gang just disappear for some reason. Bye-bye conflict, you were never important for some reason. Maybe the idea that Bowser doesn't want to keep a facade for his son got too complicated for the writers to handle. Considering it's my favorite part of the movie, it sucks that it was undercooked a lot. Even how much Toad dislikes Yoshi could have been explored more. This movie was barely 1 hour and a half. I don't know, do something. Either way, I like these movies. They still have a bunch of flaws I don't enjoy, but a lot of the pacing acting, a lot of the lessons, I really enjoy. Fortunately, I didn't pay to watch them, thanks to the library and a gift card for theater. If I had to recommend movies that are sort of similar but I like more, I'd go with Flow, which feels like the Subspace Emissary's lack of dialogue, or even Bionicle for some reason, or even Smurfs The Lost Village. The Lost Village has the same feel-good atmosphere as the Mario movies, but the writing doesn't hesitate to tackle possible conflicts, unlike Mario. Also, Smurfette gets a similar role to Peach, but she has no romance, so that's pretty interesting. Yes, maybe a bit of the usual gender stuff present in Mario applies here too. Boys are dumb and funny, and girls are smart but annoying. I'm just glad the boys and girls can't be friends notion from the first Mario movie doesn't really appear here. Either way, thank you for watching my opinion. Please like and subscribe, and boom!